is Leap
We get an extra day of Black History Month.
Yeah, so happy birthday also to all the leapers out there. Anybody who's celebrating today? If you're just turning 9 or 10 or 15.
Is it leap day or leap year? What do we call it's leap day?
Year.
It's leap day today,
leap
but
day, leap
it is
year?
a leap year.
Okay.
Yeah,
Day and
yes.
a leap year.
I think it'd be so fun to be like, yeah, I'm only 4 years old.
Yes, exactly. So this is, of course, our top of the talk. People who are born today finally getting to celebrate that birthday that they have once every 4 years. But those aren't the only celebrations happening. Some people are choosing to get married today, which means they only have a true anniversary once every 4 years. Makes it hard to forget, though, right? If you have to celebrate. So, do you think planning special occasions around Leap Day make them more special?
That would be so. It would actually be so smart to get married on a leap day. Because you're saving like 25%. Like, it's every 4 years?
Yeah,
I didn't even think of it that way.
Jerry, let me say something, man. You and I don't always agree on things, but you and I, it's literally on my notes, the same exact point. We are on it. We think the same, man. We are the same as guys.
Okay, and you know what?
You get to only celebrate 4 years and save a lot of money, baby.
This is why y'all are crazy. You think your wife would let you get away with that?
Oh, yeah.
You would celebrate March 1st or you would celebrate February 28th?
Nah, it's not romantic.
No.
I want to be romantic. On the 29th.
By the way, can I just say, I know somebody who's getting married today in Sydney. Our good friend Jamie Yukas from KCAL.
Jamie!
Getting married to a sweetheart, Douglas. They posted this last night, so we want to wish her Godspeed, good luck, and happy tidings to you all, you beautiful couple.
yes.
You. But they chose this day because it is special.
You guys think you're getting away with savings, but we women want you to save all that money for a big event every 4 years. We don't want you to just throw us some happy.
Oh yeah, no.
We want it big because we accumulated the money.
We'll do it big every 4 years. And it also leaves some time for that romantic experience, right? You wait, and then boom. It's like the Olympics, right? We're all watching, we're all waiting.
Okay.
Every 4 years is the Olympics.
Think about it. It's like an event. I like that.
I'm almost believing you only because your eyes are so big and wide as you're talking about this. They're like sparkling with this intensity.
If I could do it all over again, I just missed it by a year. If I would have gone back, I should, man, Crystal, it's too late anyway.
There's no going back in time, Oscar. That's it. Right. All right, okay, this is a very revealing story. Bradley Cooper was recently on a podcast, and he admitted that he is totally fine strutting around his home naked in front of his 6-year-old daughter, Leah, because growing up, his father, he says, was always nude. What is your nudity comfort level in front of family? Our audience is not buying it, Bradley. I'm sorry, Bradley. I love you, a good friend, but not having it. Go ahead.
Wow, I have to start this one. Okay.
Go ahead. We're all waiting.
You'd be okay with Bradley's nudity, wouldn't you?
I would have no problem.
There you go.
I mean, I would, of course, focus on his gorgeous eyes, Natalie. No, okay, in all seriousness, I think to each his own, to each family is their own, and what you do in your home is your own
Amanda's
business.
about to talk some smack, everybody!
No, I'm not. No, I'm actually not.
No.
I'm actually
making a good point. Yeah.
Here's what I will have to say. I live at home, obviously just with Elvis and I. So, I don't really have the luxury of being like, go with Dad while I go take a shower or something.
Right.
So he does see me naked, obviously. This is just life, folks.
Yep.
And he's at the point now at 4 years old where he is saying things, about that.
He notices the difference.
He notices differences. He's, becoming more obsessed with certain body parts.
Okay.
I actually think what I have used it as now, especially because I am the only parent at home, a teaching tool. This is like a teaching tool to be like, This is me.
Yep.
This is you. We're learning right now about privacy and needing privacy and when we need privacy. So I actually think that being naked around your kid can be a good thing to teach them about being comfortable in your skin and privacy and body parts.
Absolutely. I totally 100% agree with you. Yeah, I know. I know. You was like,
That was a good dissertation, Amanda. Very good.
But you know, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with what Bradley Cooper is doing. I think it's totally normal. I mean, if we keep it 100, we've all been in this situation one way or the other. Now, I will say, though, once for me personally, because you said it was like everybody's experience a little different, once my kids essentially perverted nudity from school, that's when they start, oh, Dad, you know, that's when it's like, okay, hey, I got to close the door. So, but when they're young, they don't know the difference. They're not looking at it from a perverted mindset. You know?
I can honestly say I've never in my life seen my dad except just without a shirt on and maybe his legs in shorts. That's it. And maybe I grew up because he's a Latin male and maybe more of a conservative household. I just also, my husband is that way too. We're just very private. And, you know, there was a time where I used to take baths with my boys when they were little.
That's what I'm talking about.
But it gets to a point where, like, as Amanda said, when they start noticing certain things, like, Mommy, you got boobies. I'm like, okay, that time is over.
That's right. That's right. And see,
They were super young. They were like 17 at the time, everybody.
Bubble. They like the bubbles. Bubble baths. Yeah.
But I agree with you. I'm from the generation where you just didn't see that. You wore a house coat or a robe and pajamas and stuff like that. Like, I knew when he was talking about going to the bathroom and stuff, seeing the kids and stuff like that, I knew when my father took the newspaper to the bathroom, there was no talking to him. There was no, you didn't see nothing. There was no talking.
Which begs the question, we know Jerry chooses to wear clothing here most days, but...
No, like, I have to tell you honestly, hearing this story, I haven't seen myself nude in the last, like,
But we have.
I haven't seen, I don't even know what's happening anymore. I don't even know what's happening.
All right, well, this story may surprise you. Gen Z apparently is ditching the dating apps. According to a recent survey, millennials make up 61% of the dating app users. However, Gen Z comes in at only 26%. Now, an article out today says Gen Z daters cite fear of rejection and being cringe as top reasons for avoiding the apps. It also says that younger people are apparently more comfortable meeting people the old-fashioned way, out in the wild. Because that's how we used to do it, people.
Out in the wild?
Out in the wilds. You know, like you go to the zoo. But what do you think about Gen Z's new old-fashioned approach to dating?
You know what? I like this.
Yeah.
I like that they're going. They said everything that is old will become new again, right? And so they're going back to something that I think is probably more natural. But if you think about it, this whole app thing, it's overwhelming. But when you go old school, you get a deeper connection. And I think that's what they're missing is that deeper connection. But I will say, though, that these young Gen Zers, they're going to have to learn how to do it right, though. And so, Sheryl, will you indulge?
Okay. Are we doing old school dating?
Now, I'm going to say girls, so don't get offended.
I'm not offended. You call me a girl.
I feel uncomfortable being in the middle of this.
Hey, girl.
No, we're together at the malt shop.
Yeah.
We're together at the malt shop.
Hey, girl, you looking good. I like them shoes. Where you get them from?
I know. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, hold on. Come here real quick.
You think he's trying to talk to me?
No, you don't know him. Don't go over there.
Hold on. See, watch this. This is the move, though. This is the move right here.
Oh, you wrote your number down.
Yep.
Let me get your number. Let me get your number.
Watch this.
You better give me your number.
How about you write down yours?
Here you go.
And then you write a fake number?
No. I gave him my real number.
That's when we pull out our cell phones, come back to this time, and dial the number right now and go, you answer it.
But they better learn how to use the pen and paper, though.
Right.
If you're going to go old school, you better learn how to use the pen and paper.
And you know what I would hope that this brings? I hope this brings kids dancing together as a mating ritual. Because they don't dance, and we dance. We went to sock hops. We went to dances.
Nothing better
who
than a good
remembers
slow dance.
Yeah,
right?
a slow
When they put
dance
the slow
at the
dance
blue
on.
light party or the
yeah.
basement party. That was the bomb. Yeah, you could be in the dark and you could go to a few bases or what was it? 7 minutes? Oh,
7
sorry.
minutes to heaven.
7 minutes in heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think so. Sheryl.
Spin the bottle. Spin the bottle. Yeah.
In the bottle.
Yeah.
God, I remember being terrified of spin the bottle. Nowadays, I'd be like, please, somebody spin the bottle. Get a bottle in here.
Back to like, don't you think like with the apps, people are treating it too as like shopping? You're like, oh no,
Yeah.
no, that one's got eyebrows
Yeah,
are
it's
weird. No,
overwhelming.
that one's got funky ears. No, that one.
eyebrow.
Yeah. It's like you're looking at every little thing.
No,
You're not really meeting
one thing I
somebody.
will say though is, listen, the apps made me. I got off them because I literally was filled with anxiety and caused depression. Like it was literally, I was going into depression. I'm not kidding you guys at all. But I will say that I do think that Gen Z is going out in the wild because they have time. They have time to go out in the wild. Like adults, we don't have that time necessarily to just be like, yeah, tonight I'm just going out in the wild. Like I have a son. Like, you know what I mean? So it's a little different. I mean, if I want to take Elvis with me, I can go out in the wild, but like
going out in the wild time.
Yeah.
All right, we do want to switch gears now. We do have some sad news to tell you about. We learned yesterday that comedian, writer, and actor Richard Lewis died at the age of 76. He delighted audiences for decades with his razor-sharp wit, most recently known for playing a version of himself on Curb Your Enthusiasm. I just saw him on Sunday on Curb. Curb's creator and lifelong friend Larry David said, quote, he had that rare combination of being the funniest person and also the sweetest. But today he made me sob. And for that, I will never forgive him, which is so touching and heartbreaking. And, you know, I just love that this friendship between Larry David and Richard Lewis, you see it so much so that even in his later years when Richard has, you know, been suffering with Parkinson's and was not doing well health-wise, you know, Larry would always put him in the show. Still always had him there by his side, and even including the last episode where, ironically, they were talking about wills in that episode. So, but really sweet to see the real friendship there, and he's going to be missed.
But that's what made him a comics comic.
Yeah.
He was a comics comic. His performances looked so effortless, but he put a lot of work into them. And I remember when I first came to LA and got a chance to be in the same room that he was in, and he wasn't the most expressive person. I just ran up on him. Oh, I love you. I saw you on the Tonight Show. And he was like, why are you touching me? And it was like, but it was the coolness of meeting one of your comedic geniuses, and he will be really, really missed. Really.
Yes. And our thoughts, of course, are with his friends and family during this difficult time. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Okay, according to a recent article examining male friendships, 41% of women say they received emotional support from a friend within the past week, while only 21% of men did. Now, apparently when men hang out together, they're often watching a game or doing other activities, which occupies the conversation. Yo, let's bro out.
That's what I'm talking about.
Women, we often connect with our friends as we would with a romantic partner, with deep conversation and support. Do men and women connect with friends differently? Absolutely. What is that about guys, though, that you can't, and maybe, is it changing? Do you feel like it's changing? I know for me, I can count on my girlfriends whenever I'm going through something. I pick up the phone, we talk, you know, or you know, it's just a different connection. You can talk to people emotionally, but guys, I never hear that. And in fact, my oldest son says, he has more girlfriends as friends because he's like, it's harder to talk to guys sometimes.
Well, actually, let me just try it with Akbar for a second, okay? We're like doing
Let's do the role play.
Go ahead.
Let's do it. I like the role play.
Akbar, sometimes I feel really anxious, like with everything that's happening in the world and with my kids. And did you see that the Lake Show beat the Clippers last night?
And you know what, though? But you know what? This is a real thing, and I love it. I know he added a little joke to it, but it's like we give a little bit, right?
Yeah.
We kind of process it, but we also bond with proximity. And proximity is a big thing because, look, men have logic, not saying women don't have logic, but men have logic, and we're constantly processing so much that stabilizes our emotional waves, right? So what we do is when we are around each other and we're doing other things.
You're about to get rude
No,
again.
listen, when we're around each other and we're going to games or we're playing, doing different stuff, it just gives us the time to connect without having to think about other things. Like, we just need to chill. That's it.
Yeah, no, I have a guy friend who says that he only connects to his dad if they're watching sports. If they're watching sports, they talk about life, but if they aren't watching sports, they don't talk about life.
Yeah, because, because reading this article kind of like ticked me off a little bit, because I saw the comparison where they're shaming men for the way we process our emotions and our feelings, comparing it to that of women. Like, men and women are different. We do things differently, and it's okay. It's okay to process in the way that we process, and not having to be compared to that of women.
But do you ever, if you're going through something with a family member, do you ever just pick up the phone and call a guy friend and say, "Hey, dude, man, this is happening"?
I've got a guy. I got a guy for different things. I got my single guys. I got my married friends. I've got different guys for different things.
That's what I think. I think girls do that too, though. Like, based on the emotion is who I'm calling.
Right. Right.
Like if I really want to vent, I have a girlfriend. If I'm sad, I have a girlfriend. If it's grief, I have a girlfriend. Like, I have different girlfriends for the different emotions.
occasions.
And the one thing we all have in common, like if it's heavy and it's a lot that you're going through, it's like, hey man, let's go to this game. Hey, let's go play some chess. Yo, let's go to watch this game. That's how we take a break from our reality. So
Maybe we need to watch a sporting event and then vent.
No. You guys do you, and we gonna do us. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Maybe we'll have to ask Dr. Phil about this, because he always has really good advice why we process things differently. TV show host and author, the one and only Dr. Phil is here. We'll be right back.
Our first guest spent 25 years in daytime TV, sharing his own brand of tough love and fatherly wisdom. Now he's taking his show into prime time and is the author of a new book, We've Got Issues, How You Can Stand Strong for America's Soul and Sanity. Please welcome our good friend, Dr. Phil McGraw.
I'm taking everybody home with me.
They would love that. They would go, too. We were talking just a little bit ago about the differences between men and women and the relationships, the connections they have with friendships. Do you have a bunch of guy friends, we want to know? And do you call them up and talk about emotional issues?
Yes and no.
Okay.
I have a lot of guy friends. I don't call them up and talk about that. But we have common interest. And, like, I play tennis probably 300 days a year at my house. And so I've got friends I've been playing with for 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
And if we're doing something like that, we don't feel conspicuous and we can talk about anything.
Right.
But to
Like
just
what
call
Osbourne
up and
said.
say, I want to come over and share my feelings, it's like, no.
Even to you?
That's right.
I'd be calling you all the time, Dr. Phil, this and this is happening.
But you can do that as a woman, but if your guy friends are like, I want to talk about my feelings.
Yeah, that wears off pretty quick. It's like, yeah, shut up and serve. So if you got something that makes you, and the same way with your kids.
Yeah.
If you'll take your kids out shooting baskets or going for a walk where they don't feel like they're on the hot seat, they'll tell you everything.
That's
Right.
true.
But if you sit down with them and talk, it's like,
That's very true.
That's right.
you got to distract them.
Yeah, that's a good
So
idea.
Dr. Phil, you're living in Texas now and about to launch Dr. Phil Prime Time on a whole new media channel.
We're launching a whole new network that's kind of built around that, and it's called Merritt Street Media. And I think it's going to be the biggest launch since the Fox network.
Wow.
And we're gonna be in around 90 million homes to start with. Well, let me be clear. We're going to be available in 90 million homes. That doesn't mean everybody's watching. And it's really exciting. And to go from an hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is a hill to climb. So we've been really working, but it's fun. We got a lot of great people involved.
This is so cool. You and musician Jelly Roll are good pals. I mean,
Cool.
tell us about this collab. We love it.
Well, we were both at a UFC fight in Vegas on Saturday night before the Super Bowl. Not the best time to go to Vegas just to see that, but Dana White's a really good friend. I think he's so creative, and so we were hanging out, and he said, Jelly Roll's going to be here in a little bit. Would like to really say, hey, and get to talking. And you all know his history, I'm sure. He's a former drug dealer, drug user, drug addict, and has really turned his life around in from the inside out sort of way. And he knows that my work and fight against all of this, and we really had some meaningful conversation and have decided to do some things together in this fight against addiction. And there's two things to fight right now. One is addiction and the other is poisoning, because 100% of pills that kids get on the internet are counterfeit, 100%.
Yeah, that's right.
And 42% of them have lethal doses of fentanyl in them.
That's right.
42, that means you got an almost 1 out of 2 chance of getting a fatal dose of fentanyl. So we're really going to work on this and talk about it, and we can both bring attention to it.
Incredible. That's really important work. Yeah. I want to talk about your lovely partner in life. You just celebrated 47 years of marriage to beautiful Robin. Now, I love this photo. You posted this, and you said she can still hop up on a table, which, I mean, look at her. Of course she can. But what is all this about? This is amazing.
Yeah, we were actually on my son Jay's boat out in somewhere in the Bahamas, or I forget where, but it was really nice, and it's a great time to spend. And she's 70 years old and doesn't mind me saying so.
All right.
And,
look at her. I mean, amazing. And by the way, you are not a slouch yourself, because we have photographic proof. You can apparently hop on tables still too.
Look at that.
Look at this.
Yeah.
There you are. And you can lift her right up.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Since it was her 70th birthday, we threw her a 3 or 4 day party in St. Bart's.
So
And they do know how to party.
Wow.
Well done. We have a lot more to come with Dr. Phil when we come right back.
We are back with media mogul and author of We've Got Issues, Dr. Phil, everybody.
So, Dr. Phil, your book has 10 principles for a healthy society, and principle 2 says, focus on solving problems rather than winning arguments. How do you put that into practice?
Well, first off, you got to be sick to death of people arguing all the time and never getting anywhere.
Yes.
And my prescription for that is shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the way you can tell if somebody really wants to solve a problem is if they sit down and say, how can I help you get the most of what you want?
Yeah.
How can you help me? And you begin by talking about what you agree on. Everybody talks about how divided America is. If people would just sit down and say, what can we agree on? We all want a healthy America. We all want a prosperous America. We all want a safe and secure America. We want a better America for our children even than we had. So really, we're just disagreeing most of the time about strategies, how to get there. And that's how you tell. If somebody says, how can we work together, instead of I'm right, you're right, I'm right, you're right, I'm right, you're right. And that's really important. And that's one of the 10 principles. And it's so encouraging to me when I see people react to the things that we're talking about in the book.
Yeah.
And we need to be active, because we've got we've got some forces in this country that are trying to hijack the narrative of America.
That's right.
And they're pushing stuff that has no basis in history, science, facts, whatever. You know, it used to be people could make stuff up on a farm in Nebraska and like maybe 8 mouth breathers would be going, hookah, hookah. Now, it gets on the internet and it gets oxygen and it spreads all over the place.
That's right.
Well, speaking of arguments, yesterday here on The Talk, we had a little bit of an argument. There was a debate, should you tell your spouse that you don't like their appearance? Like if they ask like, hey, what do you think of this outfit? Should you be honest? Things got really heated. Akbar to me was like, cash me outside. How about that? It was like a whole thing. What say you, Dr. Phil? Hi, man. Hey, man, come on, easy. I made you famous, whatever. We love having you here.
Good callback.
You have the final say. Should you be honest when your partner asks, what do you think of my appearance?
Oh, hell no.
Thank you.
Don't argue.
Is that what we said? Is that what we hear?
Like sometimes Robin will ask me, she'll have 2 different shoes there she's thinking about wearing. It's like, you like these better or these better? You can't even win that. I say, wear one of each.
That's right.
He's a very smart man. That very, very smart man. I gotta ask you though, as an advocate for self-improvement, what are you doing now to be your best Dr. Phil? I mean, you look lean and mean. You are a fighting machine.
Well,
Yeah.
when you decide to go from an hour a day to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you get lean and mean.
Yeah.
But you know, I've actually worked on this some, and I can tell you 2 things that will impact every one of your lives, I promise you. Number 1, research is very clear. If you have a positive, optimistic attitude, and I don't mean like stupid, but I mean crazy, I'm talking about optimistic attitude where you're looking for the good things in your day and your life. We are on average 30% cognitively more efficient. It's like our intelligence ramps up really big just by having an optimistic attitude. Number two, research tells us we can improve our efficiency throughout the year by as much as 40% if you stop doing one thing. And I'll bet you can't, anybody here, guess what it is. You have to stop multitasking.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, you go to a boss and you're applying for a job and say, well, are you a good multitasker? The right answer is no. They just don't know that. Because when you multitask, you have to switch from one part of your brain to another part of your brain, and it requires you to shut down these neurons, use neurotransmitters to activate these neurons. That all takes about 15 minutes. So somebody can say, have you got 1 minute? If you say yes, you're giving them about a half an hour for you to answer what they want answered and then get back to what you're doing. That's a neurological, scientific reality. If we stop multitasking, finish what we're doing, move on to the next, you can improve your efficiency 40%.
Wow, that's genius.
Great advice.
We love you,
Dr. Phil. That is why you keep writing the books. We love it. We've got issues, how you can stand strong for America's soul, and Sanity is available wherever books are sold. And everyone in today's studio audience, you're getting a copy of Dr. Phil's new book. Coming up next, culinary historian and award-winning author Michael W. Twitty is here. Don't go away.
Doesn't just write about history, he tastes it. His James Beard award-winning memoir, The Cooking Gene, is an eye-opening exploration of our culinary roots and the melting pot that simmers in every American's kitchen. Please give a warm welcome to Michael W. Twitty.
Bawani. Bawani. Oh!
On a dead day.
Oh, say Dadani. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you spoke Yoruba, huh?
Look.
Whoa, you caught me off guard with that one. I didn't see that one coming.
So I am your distant cousin.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm Yoruba and Igbo.
Oh, Yoruba and Igbo. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, Kedu. Yeah.
Oduma.
Boy, you trilingual over here, huh?
We out the gate.
Yeah, out the gate. You know what? You are such a dynamic historian, obviously going back and digging into your roots and knowing where you come from. And you're a different type of chef, though. Where did this curiosity of food and history, where did this come from?
My grandmother's kitchen.
Yeah.
So there's this really funny picture of me when I was little, and my father put me in my father was a Vietnam vet, so he put me in this military gear. And so my grandmother would make homemade bread and biscuits for everybody. And I always thought, that's all for me. And then when I found out that it wasn't, there's a picture of me sitting in the corner of my grandmother's kitchen with a fake gun and a military gear and a compass, ready to harm anyone who took my bread. And then I would cry and cry. My grandma would give me the warm bread with the blackberry jam, whatever. And I would sit in the corner like toddlers do, crying and laughing at the same time.
Yes.
And that's my earliest memory of the kitchen.
Oh my God, I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow. I love that. The way you described that, I can
It
almost...
made me hungry.
I know, I
wanted
can almost
to.
taste the
With
bread and
the
the jam.
avocado green paint on that 70s wall. I can still see it.
Yes, yes. Now, I love this. You say your food is your flag. What does that mean to you, and what does your flag look like?
For me, I'm very complicated. I'm African American, I'm Southern, I'm gay, and I'm Jewish. I hit the jackpot.
Yeah, you do.
So all of those different parts of me, it's a little bit of brisket, a little bit of collard greens, a little bit of this and that on one plate. I think particularly as an African American, the assumption is that we are a rootless, branchless people, and we are not. We may not be you, but we're connected in a deep way.
Yeah.
And we Southerners, although we are a dysfunctional family, we are still a family. There are connections that go so deep, and that food tells so many stories about who we are, where we come from, and who we will be.
Yeah, I love that. You know, let's get into, because you're getting into the soul of that, let's get into soul food. A lot of people think of the combination of chicken and waffles as a modern invention, but you say there's a real history to that. Where does that history come from?
It's about the intersections of ethnicity. The waffles come from the Pennsylvania German culture, which traveled down the Great Wagon Road throughout the South, particularly the Upper South. So we know there was chicken and waffles in the 1850s and 60s. The difference is, I've done a lot of interpretation through Colonial Williamsburg, and one day I said, let's do this. So it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
You have to hold this heavy iron waffle maker in a fire, and you have to time it in your mind so it doesn't burn, and flip it, time it, bring it out. So I figured out you have to do this in the fireplace of the main house because you couldn't do it in the outdoor kitchen and bring it in. And it would have been almost impossible to do that way. And so I was just like, this is really difficult, but also this is prestige food. This wasn't food for everybody. And so a lot of my work is about restoring honor to our ancestors by showing their skills, their abilities as chefs, culinary professionals, as caterers. The great caterers of early America were almost all black. And people don't know this. And they don't know that some of these catering dynasties lasted into the 20th century. Wow. So it's a story that, we bring forth. Also, it's about soul food. Here's the deal. When I was in Niger, they gave me fufu. My brother, I did not expect that. Okay, I thought, I'm gonna go to Africa, I'm gonna be all in my blackness. I'm gonna show everybody how black I am.
Everybody there is black.
First of all, it's 99 degrees in Enugu, and you have this boiling hot bowl of okra soup. And by the way, when they make okra in Africa, they always it's called telephone wires because they draw, And then you have the food. I thought fufu was gonna be like mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
So I was ready.
Yeah.
Fufu was not mashed potatoes.
No.
You have to swallow. They call it a swallow. You don't chew it. And so there's 2, 3 Ghanaians and Nigerians sitting around eating fufu at a time, these big mounds of fufu. And here I am, barely able to get it. This woman was so mad at me, she yanked out of my hand. She's like,
Did you get goat meat?
You see,
Hey.
The head of the goat.
Well, hold on. We also have to talk about your book too, real
Yes,
quick.
yes.
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 He's gonna be excited. Yeah. Oh, you got me real excited.
energy.
Yes.
Nigeria energy.
Look, say congratulations on your latest book, Kosher Soul.
Yes.
It's really cool. You're bringing in food and the identity of your faith.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. So exciting.
I'm the first African American to win the National Jewish Book Award.
Wow.
Amazing.
Congratulations, Michael. Thank you. And of course, be sure to check out his latest award-winning book, Kosher Soul, available now wherever books are sold. We'll be right back.
Before we go, we have some fabulous tools and products that'll give your hair that amazing red carpet look. It's time for today's must-have giveaway.
Mermaid Hair creates game-changing hair tools, hair care, and accessories. They are loved by hairdressers, stylists, and celebrities like Sophia Richie, Khloe Kardashian, and Hailey Bieber. Guess what? Everyone in today's studio audience is going home with a $150 Mermaid Hair gift certificate so you can enjoy their amazing hair products. For your chance to win this giveaway at home, go to the Talk Facebook page.
And tomorrow we got a brand new episode of The Talk right here with William H. Macy and Rachel Platten. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you here tomorrow.